Rusty, it's great to see you, man. How you doing?
Good, good. How are you? I know it's been a while.
Number 17, Bryan Rust.
Boom! Can you take us back to your earliest days of remembering when you were exposed to the game of hockey growing up in Detroit?
I think I started playing hockey when I was 5, but before that, my older brother got into hockey. His best friend down the street played hockey, so he wanted to play. And then obviously being the younger brother, I had to do everything my older brother did. So I got into hockey. My parents got me the gear, threw me into hockey, and kind of the rest is history.
Obviously you were in Detroit. It was known as Hockey Town, so I'm sure all kids were exposed to the game one way or another because the Red Wings were so great. What did you do in terms of your fandom? Were you a big Red Wings fan, and did that influence your desire to play hockey?
Yeah, huge Wings fan. Obviously, when I'm 5 and 6 years old, they win back-to-back cups. Through the early 2000s, they won a couple more cups, and kind of growing up there, obviously, hockey was huge. I was a huge Wings fan.
Do you actually remember them winning the cup and you seeing the Stanley Cup at that age, or was it a faint memory of some kind?
I don't totally remember that, but I do remember my parents buying me those championship VHSs and watching them over and over again, and seeing all the great plays they made during those runs, and seeing the wins and the moments and all that.
Well, here's Rust, score! Power play gets the Fighting Irish back in it, and for the first time this weekend, they're able to beat Carter Hellebuck and cut the lead to 1.
So when did you decide on that you'd like to go to Notre Dame?
I think for me it was kind of between Michigan and Notre Dame. My older brother was at Michigan. It was kind of either play with him or play against him. Kind of decided just to choose my own path. I'll be my own person, I guess.
Did you play against him?
Played against him a couple times. He got the better of me, but we'll just keep that out for now.
How much did hockey matter to the student body there at Notre Dame? Did you feel like kids cared about what you were doing out on the ice there?
Yeah, absolutely. When we would have a big weekend or we would win some big games, I'd just get little comments from guys around my dorm or from kids at the school, hey, nice weekend, hey, nice game. And then obviously the students at the game were great. They were always pretty rowdy. The band was awesome. And just to kind of have that recognition from the student body was fun.
You've been a part of the Penguins organization for over a decade. You're drafted in 2010. What was that like, the day that you got drafted 80th overall by the Pittsburgh Penguins?
It was awesome. Obviously, a day I'll never forget. We were in Los Angeles for the draft. My parents and I went down there just to kind of experience the entire thing. It got closer to that 80th pick. There was kind of some rumblings that I might be taken soon, and then I heard my name called and couldn't have been more excited to join the Penguins organization.
He shoots and scores! Bryan Rust gets his first National Hockey League goal, and Donna needs it, don't it? That's how you play in the NHL. Bryan Rust.
Just wonder if you remember the Penguins sort of instilling in you an extra level of confidence and belief that you were eventually going to play in the NHL.
I think all throughout the whole development process, all through college, doesn't matter if things were good or bad, they always kind of just remain confident in me that I'd be able to find my way, and kind of knowing they were in my corner the entire time definitely helped me.
You think about the opportunity and how many guys around the league would love this opportunity to win one game and go to the Stanley Cup final in a Game 7 setting.
Dropped it to Kunitz, on now for Rusty. Rusty goes in on Vasilevsky. Rust got a stick on it that went on Vasilevsky on the post, and he's going to get credit for the goal and get his second.
Never forget how the media came and gathered around you after you scored those goals against Tampa in Game 7. All of a sudden, you were a household name in the hockey world. What was that like for you to score those clutch goals? You became known as a guy to score clutch goals, but also all of a sudden now everybody wants to talk to Bryan Rust.
It was definitely pretty surreal. I think on the ice after the game, Nick Bonino came up to me and said, "How's it feel to be a Pittsburgh hero now?" And I was just kind of thinking to myself, I don't really know what you're talking about. Like, being a part of the Pittsburgh Penguins history, it's obviously been a lot of fun.
He shoots and scores! The HT for Bryan Rust.
Here come the hats for the Rusty Razor.
All I can say to Bryan Rust right now is don't lose that stick.
I seem to remember you being on the fourth line when training camp started last year. You ended up being the leading scorer on the team. Did you feel as though there was something for you to prove, or that you were in a position where you felt like you had to reestablish or establish yourself again in some way?
You knew in the offseason I had to work hard, come to camp ready to go, just work as hard as I can, and try and prove to the team, to myself, to everyone else that I belong in this league.
Zach, hello. What do you got going on there?
I just got Luke Carl.
How's he doing?
He's tired right now.
Did you live with Zach Aston Reese at the start of the pandemic?
Yeah, during the first few months of the pandemic. My wife and I took him in. We developed a really good relationship. Him and I are really close. Him and his dog Carl became good buddies with my two dogs. So it was definitely a house full, but we had a lot of fun.
You still do Bulgarian split squats with Oliver?
No, not as much. I was able to buy some dumbbells and put those to good use. The dogs are off duty now.
You wore the A recently, which shows, I think, how much you've grown as a leader and a guy in the room that the other players look up to.
Obviously, getting the chance to wear the A is something very special. I did it in college, and I had the same respect for it then. And then obviously now having a chance in the NHL, it's definitely something that means a lot. It means your teammates respect you, it means your coaching staff respects you, that they see you as a guy who can help lead on and off the ice, and to be able to have kind of grown into that role definitely gives me a lot of pride, and hopefully I can continue to build on that.
Okay, Rusty, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.